From what I've been told, being a parent certainly comes with its high moments and its low moments. The highs come when you watch your children be independent, standing on their own without needing you to hold their hands. Their little personalities start to come out when they get older, and at times you see sneak peeks of yourself when you actually look at them. Now, the lows, they come when your child, all of a sudden you look at them and you wonder, maybe their brain's just stuck on stupid, wondering where did they get the bright idea to run 4 miles off a school property during 6th period, still somehow get caught and get sent to juvenile detention center to be held overnight until the next morning when you can come pick them up. Sometimes you look at your son and you think he really thought it was a good idea to cheat during the tuning exams, surrounded by nothing but ninja, using forbidden ninja tech, and wonder what the world made him think that this was a good idea. Well, obviously that first scenario was going to be me at 14 years old, and I told that story to you guys over on Kryptonian Saiyan in either one of my Fairy Tail or one of my One Piece reviews, which you can find the One Piece reviews over on Straw Hat Kryptonian Saiyan. And obviously the second one's going to be Boruto Uzumaki cheating during the tuning exams. Now, you guys still get the point though. Being a parent has its good and its bad moments. Well, Hinata Hyuga, as it turns out, is a lot like our own mothers. She has her moments where the highs are the highest of the highs, and she has her moments where the lows are the lowest of the lows. But for a character like Hinata, even those moments that are lows, they're not actually something you should consider a low. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys Hinata's biggest fear about Boruto, and I'm also going to clear up a lot of the outrage that people wrongfully have about a snippet that was done for the Naruto Explained novel where you had some interaction with Sasuke and Hinata. I'm going to provide a lot of much needed clarity because a lot of the outrage that people have sent me while I've been taking a break from social media is not really justified, and I'll explain to you guys exactly what's going on in that scene, why it felt like Sasuke was afraid of Hinata for a second, and why Hinata got in Sasuke's face and what Hinata was actually doing in that moment. This is also one of those times where if you're going to look at snippets, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that you're not gonna understand, which is why I make videos like this, so I can provide a lot of much needed context. That's why I don't just go over these scenes in one big block, but instead I kind of take them bit by bit and break them down for you. So the way this is gonna go down is I'm gonna start with Hinata when it comes to her concern about Boruto, and then after I address that scene, I'm gonna tie it in with what you got in the Naruto Explained scene with Hinata's interaction with Sasuke. And for the Hinata fans, this is actually one of those videos where if you pay very close attention to it, this is one of those times where you should be looking at Hinata and you should have your pom-poms out for, because this shows a lot of character development for, and for a character that I don't particularly care for, this is one of those times where I look at her and I actually gain more respect for her. So the information is given to us in the Boruto light novel, the Parent and Child Day novel. In this novel, we see Hinata getting a rare moment away from her children and spending time with her sister Hanabi and her father Hiyashi. So it's in the scene here that Hinata, she's talking with her sister and her father about what kind of gift to get Boruto for Parent and Child Day. Hinata has just shared some private moments about her life being the wife of Naruto, and it's in this moment we get a pretty emotional moment where Hinata, as she shares her biggest fear about Boruto, Hinata acknowledges that as Boruto continues to grow up, he's going away on missions and he's staying out longer, and he doesn't need her as much because being on missions has made him a lot more self-sufficient. Hinata says that she fears that Boruto's now at a point where her 12-year-old son no longer needs her anymore, especially as he becomes more financially independent himself. What I really love about this moment right here is that it paints Hinata in a real way. Look, you guys know I've said this 1,000 times before. I'm not a big Hinata fan, mainly because I think the archetype of the cute, shy, thumb-twiddling girl as a character type is severely annoying in anime and manga. But what I love about how Hinata's been portrayed in the light novels and the supplemental guidebooks that we gotten after Naruto's ended is that we actually see the strength of her backbone, and we get a look into the inner workings of her mind. We see her fears, we see the things that she enjoys, what she celebrates, and most importantly, we see how deeply her love love for her family runs. And this is where I'm going to address the Naruto Resident scene. So for instance, in the Naruto Resident trilogy, which takes place later on in this timeline after this novel, Hinata figures out that Naruto's been sick with the chakra illness that is giving him heart attack like symptoms. It's going back to a time from the Sage of Six Paths. All that stuff is related. I've covered it in the Sasuke Resident novel. I'm working on videos for the Kakashi Resident novel, and eventually I get around to doing the Naruto Resident novel. All these are connected, but this is the thing. So Hinata is aware of the fact that Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura have gone on missions in a faraway land that's connected to the Sage of Six Paths in order to find Naruto's cure. So right before Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto are about to embark on a journey that hopefully will cure Naruto, which I'm not going to spoil it for those of you guys who will get around to reading the novel or you're waiting on me to cover the novel, but Hinata has a moment where she steps to Sasuke behind the scenes and she confronts him in a peaceful manner, but she does so in a very assertive manner. Now, this is the reason for it, okay? So, she tells Sasuke that she knows what's going on with Naruto and that if Sasuke does anything that will put himself in harm's way, doing something reckless that could see Sasuke dying, for instance, for Naruto's sake, that she would never actually forgive Sasuke because of the emotional pain that it would cause Naruto, knowing that his best friend gave his life in order to save his own, which does make a lot of sense because when you really think about the bond that Naruto and Sasuke have, especially because they were reincarnated of Ashura and Indra, they have a very, very tight bond that runs deeper than anything that runs with family. And a great example of this would be in the Five Kage Summit, where Naruto has an entire panic attack at the stance that the Five Kage took on Sasuke after Sasuke attacked the summit and killed Danzo, who at the time was the Hokage candidate that was named by the feudal lord. Sasuke in that moment refers to Hinata as being a good wife, someone that truly loves Naruto, because Sasuke understands that despite their efforts to keep everything secret from Hinata, Boruto, and Himawari, that Hinata had figured out the truth. But this entire time, while Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi were going off from Radaku, going off on these life or death missions to find something to save Naruto, Hinata played ignorant and she played along the entire time, hid everything from Naruto because of how much she loved her husband. She didn't want to burden Naruto with the truth that she knew what was going on in this moment, and she was honoring Naruto's wish that his family be kept in the dark until the last possible moment when they knew that there wasn't a cure that could save him, because Naruto didn't want to burden his family with that truth. You know, you got to read the novels to get a little bit more context on it. Again, I don't want to spoil it because a lot of you guys are waiting for me to actually cover the novels because you guys aren't going to read the novels. And I've done the Sasuke novel from start to finish. The Kakashi novel's being worked on now. But getting back to Hinata, she put her husband's wishes before her own, just like how she's doing so in this scene, and she's putting her own son's wishes before her own, even though it causes her a bit of discomfort to do so. So Hinata is a nurturer. She's a person that loves other people. She loves to take care of other people. It's in her nature, as we saw back in the tuning exams on multiple occasions. Hinata wants to continue to care for her son, but she also knows that Boruto, being able to stand on his own 2 feet, doing things alone, is the best thing that Boruto desires and wants for himself. She has to resist the urge that she has to be a mother, to stand behind Boruto, ready to assist him on a whim whenever Boruto falls, but instead she knows that the time is rapidly approaching when her son is going to transition into manhood, and so she's having to prepare for that moment by giving Boruto some of this independence. Moments like this one, as well as moments like the Resident novel trilogy scene, really put a different spin on Hinata, while also building on the signs of strength and love and compassion that we did see at times from Hinata in the original Naruto manga, all while showing how deeply her capacity to love runs through her veins. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comment section below. But as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day guys.